It's gonna turn gray and white.
I'm doing a sketch. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Hey, so geometry, section 2.4. Voice off. Okay. SWA students will be able to draw, complete, and interpret Venn diagrams. You've probably seen Venn diagrams. What subject have you probably seen them in before?
English.
English, right? Okay. So it's a tool that you usually use to compare and contrast. We're going to find that there's some more uses we can use for that as well. Okay. And we're going to apply it to some math we're going to do. Okay. Here in the later days, but for now we're going to talk about it kind of more in the English sense, and also with our P's and Q's we've been doing. Okay. So make sure we have our notes out. Okay. Make sure we have our notes out. The same pattern we've been using. Okay. So and then make sure we're in our section 2.4. Okay. We're going to talk about 3 types of Venn diagrams. Okay. We're going to talk about 3 types of Venn diagrams. Our first type is where we have a circle inside of another. Okay. We're going to call this our all, always, or every. These are keywords we're going to want to look at. Yes, Nolan.
I have a question.
Okay.
Will we ever do like have a test like every section?
Every chapter?
No, like every section. Like how we go like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3.
Yeah.
We ever do that?
You got a test over 2.1 and test over 2.2?
Yeah.
No, we do like homework over those stuff.
I know, but I didn't know. Cause like we did that one time last year at different math class. Where we just had like I think it was like every 2 sections. It was like a really big chapter.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, we did like a quiz over 3 sections, so it's kind of like that. Yeah. Okay.
So are we gonna learn 3 more sections and then cover all of it?
And we'll do 3 more sections of quiz, and another section, and a test over the 7.
Is it
Okay.
college
Over
version
the
of
7?
Yes.
Is it college like a lot more sections
Yes.
in one giant?
Okay, so we're gonna go to
Wait,
this for now, though. You can ask me that question after class now, okay? Thank you. So we're gonna talk about these all, always, every ones. Okay, these are keywords you're gonna want to look for. Okay, so we're gonna say we have like our same P's and Q's that we've been having. Okay, we have our same P's and Q's that we've been having. Okay, so this is saying all elements of P are elements of Q. Okay, so like for P, that could be students. Okay, you can say students that. Did you eat something spicy? Did you eat hockey? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to bear with it. Okay, so P. Guys, we need to focus up, okay? Otherwise, we're gonna get our homework and we're not gonna know anything what to do, okay? So, P. This could be like students that are in this math class. Okay? So all elements of P, that would be each individual student. Okay? So all of you guys would be the elements. You'd be what makes up the set P. Q could be students in the high school. So we're saying all students in this math class are in this high school. Is that accurate?
No.
Yeah, I would hope so, okay? But are all students in this high school in this math class?
No.
No, not all students in this high school in this math class. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot more cramped, okay?
But they have taken this math class.
Maybe,
No.
okay?
No.
Some of them were too smart.
Okay, that's not true, okay? So what we're saying is that all of this is part of the big circle, but not the other way around. So this could be like our P, if P then Q, okay? If, Grace, I'm not going to feel sorry for you when you're confused in a minute if you're not paying attention right now.
I am
I'm
paying
just-
attention.
No, you're not. You're making all sorts of sense. I'm just going to
No,
tell you right
I
now,
was.
I'm not going to feel bad when you ask me a question.
I am not gonna feel bad on Grace.
Okay, nice to meet you.
I actually.
Okay.
No.
So, okay. Because we've had like 20 distractions already and we're like 2 minutes in. Okay, what we're saying is if P then Q. If, for example, if you are in this math class, then you are in this high school. It's not true the other way around. The converse is not true. If you were to say if you're in this high school, then you're in this math class, that's not true. That's what this Venn diagram says. Every student that's in this math class is a student in this high school. If you're part of this, then you're part of the whole thing. That's that kind of a Venn diagram. Okay?
So
Then we have our more common types of Venn diagrams. Okay, let me go back to that question where we asked you to explain the 3. Maybe you'll like more time. Okay? Then we have our more common kind of Venn diagrams where we have the overlap. This is probably the Venn diagram we've seen a lot. Okay? Where this is saying some elements of P are elements of Q. There's the overlap here. There's also the unique parts. Okay?
Okay, please try.
So this part would be like our P or Q. This would be like our P or Q, okay? That's saying it's either part of P or it's part of Q or it's both. Just like with our truth value, when we have the or, it was either true for one or both. It didn't matter if it was one or both. We're saying it's true for either P, Q, or both. So I don't want that word or confuse you, okay? You can't help it as part of his test. Okay? It's saying P or Q, or it could be both. Okay? It could be confusing at times when we say or, that it could be both. And then we have this part in the middle where it's only where they're both true, so that's P and Q. It's only when they're both true. And then we have our part where keywords are going to be never, no, and none. This is going to say there is no relationship between P and Q. They're completely separate. Okay? That's like saying these are students that are sophomores. These are students that are juniors. Can you be both a sophomore and a junior? No, you can't. Okay? No, you can't. Okay? By credits, you cannot be both a sophomore and a junior. Let's say it that way. Okay? By credit, can you be a sophomore and a junior at the same time? No, you're one or the other. Okay? So either you're part of this set or you're part of this set. This would be all the sophomores. This would be all our juniors. Okay? Then you have another one for your freshmen, another one for your seniors, so on and so forth. Okay? Yes, Gracie.
Okay.
Being patient.
So the first
Mhm.
one there is like, it
Okay?
has a whole.
So it's not like a whole, it's like saying this is part of this. So all of this is inside of this. Okay?
They're like. Never mind. I'll figure it out.
Okay, it might make more sense in a bit for us as well, okay? So let's continue on right below this, where you say, draw a Venn diagram to represent the situation. Some students who take chorus also take band. What's our key word? Some. So which Venn diagram option are we doing? The first, the second, or the third? The second. So that's the overlapping circles. So we're going to do two overlapping circles. What are we going to label one of the circles?
Band
Okay.
and choir.
Band, and then the other one would be the chorus, okay? So these are the students. So one group is one circle are those that take band. Another circle is one that's taking chorus. This is saying that there's some overlap as well, okay? But it's not like all band students take chorus or all chorus students take band, and it's not like there's no overlap. There's some overlap, okay? And that would be true. That'd be exactly how it works out.
We learned this.
I'm in band.
Awesome. Okay? So if we go on to our second one, no perfect squares are prime numbers. No perfect squares are prime numbers. What's our key word here?
The circles.
Okay.
Like the doubles.
Chorus.
The third
No.
one.
Okay?
Square.
Our keyword is no. So we would go to our third Venn diagram where we have two separate circles.
That's what I meant.
Okay? They don't touch because there's no overlap. This is our no, none, never. Okay? So what are we going to call one circle here, Clyde? Okay? And what are we going to call the other circle, Mason? Exactly right, okay? We're going to call one circle perfect squares, another circle prime numbers. Okay? Let's move on to number 3. Okay? Numbers divisible by 6 are always divisible by 3. What's our key word, Gracie?
Always.
Always. So which option do we have? Our first, second, or third? The first one, we're going to have a small circle and a big circle. The small circle's inside of the other one. Okay? Which one is going to be our small circle? Does anyone take a shot at that one? Okay, it's a little bit tough maybe, okay? Clyde. Not quite. It's actually going to be the first part, the divisible by 6, okay? So these are going to be the numbers divisible by 6, because we're saying every number that's divisible by 6 is part of the group that's divisible by 3.
That's whack.
Okay? I know you might think, well, numbers, okay? Well, let's think about it this way. What are some numbers that are divisible by 3?
6.
Okay? We have 3, 6, 9. We're all talking about how fine someone is. 12, 15, okay?
I'm so confused. What?
Okay. I said 3, 6, 9, but we're not talking about how fine someone is. Okay, so okay. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 are all divisible by 3. Are all of these divisible by 6?
No.
No, just 6 and 12 are. But are all of these divisible by 3?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So every number divisible by 6, every number that's a part of this small category is automatically a part of the big category. You know what we're saying there. Every natural number is a whole number. What word are we going to look at there? Every. So what scenario are we doing?
First one.
The first one again. Okay? And I don't have room to go in there, so I'm just going to do that arrow again. Which one's going to be the small group, the natural or the whole?
Natural.
Natural. Natural numbers are a smaller group than whole numbers. And so the big group is a whole number, okay? So it's saying every number that's natural is also a whole number. It's part of this, part of the whole thing. Okay? Some angles are supplementary. What's our keyword there? Some. So which one scenario are we going to do? 1, 2, or 3? 2, the sum overlap, okay? What's going to be one of those categories there, Brayden?
Vertical angles.
Vertical angles, okay? What's going to be our other category there, Nolan? Complementary angles, very good. I got you. I saw in your eyes like, he wants to be called right now. I knew it, okay? That's weird, okay? Irrational numbers are never rational numbers. What's our keyword there, Sam? Never. So which category are we doing? 1, 2, or 3? All. 3, okay? We're going to do the one where there's separate circles, okay? Colton, what's one of the circles?
Rational.
Okay, one circle is rational numbers. Okay? Okay, what's another one of our circles, Emily? Irrational then. If one is rational, the other is irrational. The order we put them in, which one we labeled which, does not matter. What's important is that we just have one that's one and one that's the other. Okay? We could if we want to. We don't have to though. Oh, you want me to put it?
Law of detachment.
Your phone call, okay? Let's go right below this, okay? Now we're going to practice shading it, okay? We're going to practice shading these in diagrams for what it's talking about here, okay? I think this might help us make a little more sense after a bit, okay? At first it might be confusing. So,
Do we have to though?
yes, talking about Q, okay? Is this all part of Q right here where I'm shading?
Yeah.
Is there any more that's still also where Q is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here as well. Is Q over here?
No.
No, we're not going to shade that. We're going to shade everywhere where Q is. That's what it's asking. Okay, Mackenzie. It is also P. But we're not concerned about whether or not it's P. We're purely concerned about where Q is. That's a great question, okay? It's a great question. Thank you for asking that, okay? So Mackenzie asked, hey, but isn't the middle also P? Yes, it is. But right now, we're not concerned about P at all. We don't care about P. I know it might be rude or insensitive. We don't care about P. Okay? We're only concerned with where Q is, and Q is all of this green area. Okay? Now number 8, P and Q. P and Q. We only want where they both are. So wherever they both be.
In the middle.
In this middle, okay? This little part. That's where they both are. That's the only part where they both are. So that's where we highlight it, okay? That's where we shade that in, okay? That's where we're shading it in, okay? What? Islands?
A lion.
A lion?
Yeah.
Oh, what are we talking about?
You draw a Venn diagram. And then you tell
You'll have to show me sometime. Okay? Okay. On number 9, on the next page, number 9, okay? P or Q. P or Q. So we're saying where P is, where Q is, or where both are. Okay? It's as long as there's at least one of them.
Love the whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Because everywhere on this, there's at least either P or Q or both. Okay? Number 10, P and not Q. So when everywhere there's P, but there's not Q.
So P in the middle?
So it would only be P.
So it would only be this part. Do I do this part?
Yeah.
No, because it's not Q. We don't want any of Q. Okay?
No.
So Mackenzie, this is where we care about where Q is. That's the difference between 7 and 10 there, is it says not Q, so we specifically say, oh, we don't want any of that. Does that make more sense at all?
No.
Okay, let me explain it again, okay? Let's see if this makes more sense, okay? So we're saying P and not Q, so we say wherever P is, but we're also adding another specific of saying we also want none of Q. So is this part of Q? We don't want it. Is this part of Q?
No.
No, okay, we're fine with that though. But up here, we only said Q, so we didn't know whether or not to look for our P, so we're going to go ahead and include all our Q, regardless of what type is a P. Does that make more sense? Okay, thank you for clarifying and wanting clarification, okay? Continuing on right below this, okay? So, describe each diagram, and we're going to basically do the exact reverse of what we did a minute ago, okay? So on those 1 through 6, on 1 through 6 where we drew the Venn diagrams, from the statement, we're doing the reverse. We're given the Venn diagram, now we're drawing the statement, okay? Now we're writing the statement, not drawing. So would this be the first category, second category, third category?
First.
First. So what kind of words are we looking for then?
No.
Always, all, okay? Every. All what are what?
All like angles that measure 60 are acute angles.
Okay. All angles that measure 60 degrees, all of the inside, are part of this big group. Okay. All angles that measure 60 degrees are acute angles. Saying all of the inside part is part of the bigger circle.
That measure are acute. I'm so glad I'm not like.
How do you know it's or are?
Because
How do you know it's or are?
Or would be kind of like what our shading. Or would be the number 9, where it's the whole thing shaded.
No, I know, but for the things,
Yeah,
like for the things.
it's only with shading that we see or are. Is with shading. You can't tell it's or are if it's just drawn.
So can it be both though? Like both is okay.
Yeah, but you don't need to put the word both there.
No, not actually. But the word both are both or and are okay to put in there.
No, we need the word are in this one. Because we're not talking. Or does not come into play unless we're doing
Until the shading.
and then sometimes it comes into play. Okay? Does anyone know how to help me with number 12? Every beagle is a dog. All beagles are dogs. Okay,
All
either way.
beagles are dogs.
Every beagle is a dog. Okay? And I can even put doggo there because I like the word doggo. Okay? Every beagle is a doggo.
Jillian has big
Okay, you
dogs.
can be wrong.
I like hot dogs.
Okay? So,
Hot dogs are
okay?
good.
So here we're talking about students that play volleyball. Here we're talking about students that take piano lessons. And we have a part of it shaded.
what is the similarity?
Okay? We're saying that some students do what and what.
Volleyball and play the piano.
Okay?
Oh.
So some students, that's what our shading's talking about. Some students play volleyball and, because we're shading only the part where they're together, and take piano lessons. Some students play volleyball and take piano lessons. I read the word lessons correctly, maybe. Sure. Okay. Questions on 11, 12, Mackenzie? No, but good question. Let me explain why, okay? So if it was or, it would be shaded like we shaded number 9 here. We're talking about and though. This is the and symbol. We're talking about one shaded like number 8. Okay? Thank you for asking that. Okay? Okay, let's go on to number 14 here. Let's go on to number 14 here, okay? So, number 14, we're asking for months that have 31 days, but what?
But
Start with a J.
But don't start with J. That's what we're shading in. Months with 31 days that don't start with J. So we can write exactly that. Months with 31 days that don't start with J.
Well, the only one that started with J was January.
Okay, January, June,
June?
July.
Oh.
Okay.
I feel like May is really underrated.
Seriously,
Okay,
my birthday's
okay.
in May.
Alright. What would 15 look like?
Underrated.
Someone raise your hand for 15. Okay? Gracie.
Art class students that take. I don't know. Never mind. Wait,
Okay,
Freshmen can't take art class.
Freshmen.
Freshmen that don't take art class. This is all the freshmen that are not in art.
Losers.
So freshmen that don't take art class, aren't in art class. As long as we get across, it is the freshmen that are not a part of our class somehow. That's fine. Okay? Now on number 16, we're looking for that or we were talking about here. So how would we word this?
Multiples of 7 or even numbers.
Yeah, multiples of 7 or even numbers. And remember, that or means that at least one of them is true or both is true. That's why we have the whole thing shaded. Because at least one is true or both are true. Okay, and when you're done with that page, let's go to the next page.
I thought this was a short lesson.
It's a quick lesson.
Let's
Yeah,
go
it's
faster.
good.
Let's go fast.
Why
do these have to be So, now we're going to interpret the Venn diagram, okay, and figure out the numbers part of it. This Venn diagram, stop talking. The Venn diagram below shows the number of senior boys who play football or wrestle. Let me clarify how we view this. There are 18 boys that only play football. There are 12 boys that wrestle. There are 9 boys that do both. So that means how many do football in total? 9 plus 18 is?
27.
So there's 27 that do football. How many do wrestling in total? What's 9 plus 12?
22.
21. And these 104 boys, are boys that are seniors but do not do football or wrestling. They fit in neither category, but they are still part of the senior boy population. Okay? So if we were to find all of the senior boys, we'd have to add up all 4 of these numbers. With that being stated, how many senior boys play football and wrestle? 9. Only 9 do both. Okay, let's before we get ahead of ourselves, okay? How many senior players play football but do not wrestle? So 18. Play football but do not wrestle. That'd be this category over here, okay? They play football but they don't wrestle. Okay? How many senior boys play football or wrestle? What 3 numbers are we going to add together here? We're going to add 3 numbers together. Can somebody tell me what it would be? Okay? 18, 9, and 12. Or tells us we're going to do any combined space. Okay, so we're doing 18, 9, and 12, which is in fact 39. Thank you, Gracie. Okay? It goes back to our or like on our previous page. Yes.
Bless you.
What?
And let's read it Africa, let's figure it.
Okay, good talk.
I heard less than
Okay.
that.
Voice it off, please, again. Thank you.
Quiet.
Okay. How many senior boys wrestle?
12,
Plus,
9,
which is,
21.
okay? There are a total of 21 boys that are seniors and wrestle.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I get 9 plus 12. Oh wait, so the 9 is it's a whole different kind of people.
Yeah. It's the ones that do both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was
Everybody.
Okay. Let's go to number 2. Let's try this one real quick. Okay. Let's try a couple here. How many people are signed up for yoga class at this gym in total?
70, 82. 82.
68 plus,
24.
which is 92.
22.
Okay. Okay. How many people are signed up for yoga but not aerobics?
68.
68. Okay. We're gonna skip letter C. How many people belong to the gym? We will need 68, 24, 89, and 575. We will need to add all 4 of those numbers because these are the people in these groups, these are the people at the gym that just aren't a part of this, but they're still a part of the
Yeah,
gym.
they're doing their own
That
thing.
number ends up being 756.
I was gonna say that.
Okay? I'm sure you were, okay? Yes, Mrs. Haswell.
On B, isn't it how many people are signed up for yoga or?
Oh, excuse me. B is yoga or aerobics, so I'd be all 3 of these numbers. My bad, guys. Thank you, Mrs. Haswell. That would be 181 instead. So on B, please make that adjustment to 181, okay? Keep your notes out. Mrs. Haswell, you're going to pass out those blue worksheets while I go through this last example real quick. Thank you. We're going to hyper speed through this one. I know. Okay? Okay. On number 4. Thank you. Here we have now 3 groups. I want to just show you how this works. How many sophomores just have a Facebook account? Well, we'd only look at Facebook and nothing else.
124.
So we're talking about 124. If we go on to letter B, how many sophomores have a Twitter or Instagram? We're talking about all of them that have Twitter, as well as all of them that have Instagram. Okay, we're talking about all of them that have Twitter, or all of them that have Instagram. Okay, any of the overlap is also included, and that ends up being 209. Okay. If I went too fast today, what can you do?
Watch
the video.
Watch the video. Can you slow that down? Yeah, you can slow that down. You can pause. You can ask questions. You can come into my room before or after school or in study hall, okay? For as many people have questions during class, I don't see a lot of people in my room, okay? Have a wonderful day, guys.
You too.
You as well.
Oh crap, dude, it's bad.
Right after school. Yeah. Or Emily, not right after school. It's at 6:15. They're doing field of faith and after reading. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, have a good day. Have a good day. Only if we fail. I do like a homework grade, so I do the same thing as a homework grade. I do it. Okay. All graded with my. This has one thing for passing.